There we go.
Okay.
And I'm honored, and you are?
Jan. Am I honored or am I Jan?
I'm honored. I'm honored. You were
Okay.
you were here for 10 years.
9.
9 years.
Feels like 10.
I remember it was big news when you first got hired.
Really?
Yes, big news.
That's funny.
Very big.
Big bad news, right?
I know, good
Do
news.
you want to pick the names?
Sure. I'm in the St.Thomas journalism class here. My first time I ever been here.
Really?
I applied.
All these years?
No, the last time I made something like this was UNB law students.
Oh.
And so can we get closer? Luke?
Yeah, we can get closer. Okay, so the first one is Billy. But I also have to check how many times Billy has done this. Because I try to, okay, Billy's only done it once. So Billy, and you can pick another one. I'm just gonna borrow your pen. So I can keep track. Okay, you read it out.
Noah Smith.
Noah.
Noah.
Okay, and one more. Try to pick a lady.
I'm not a male chauvinist.
Look at all the
We'll
women
give it
in
a
this
shot.
class. How did this happen?
Okay, no, sorry. We gotta get it. Oscar.
Oh, okay.
That's another male. So-
Wait. But Oscar had 2.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, so we're okay. Okay, pick another one.
So Oscar is there twice.
Yeah, Oscar already did 2 interviews,
Oh,
right?
okay, got it.
You did 2. I'm trying to balance.
Matthew, Dag.
All right.
Sorry.
Okay. So,
Pick another. I mean, you can pick a different one if you
no,
like, but
no. Okay, Billy, come up, please, and we'll start. And when you come up, remind Charles what your name is, or I could write it on the board. Would that help you?
Oh, no, sorry.
Yeah, you're fine. Okay. So, and then who's going to be the timer?
Yes, where's the timer?
Maybe Oscar is going to be the timer. Can you?
no.
No. Pardon me?
We can set it for you.
Yeah. But I just want a timer. Somebody has to give you an 8-minute warning, a 2-minute warning, I mean. You can do it?
Maybe come sit here.
Yeah, sit in the front. So you sit here.
Billy.
Do you want me to just do
Billy.
it since I'm right here?
You're not going to be able to see.
What's that?
Dag.
Billy Cole.
Cole.
Yep.
Okay, Cole.
So I'll confuse myself.
Sorry, I'm a little bit nervous here.
Yeah.
It's from Limerick Cook, eh?
That's
Wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Used to go there with my mom, pick strawberries.
The what?
Used to go there with my mom, pick strawberries.
Yeah.
out in the fields,
They used to have a strawberry, they used to have a strawberry festival there. My aunt, Teresa, she was the queen, and that was 50 years ago.
Yeah.
Long time.
Thank you. Do you want me to start it? Okay.
What did you say about strawberries?
My mom I used to go up to Memram Cook with my mom and pick strawberries.
Remember in Cook, they had a festival there years ago.
Okay, so I think we should start. So there's going to be a warning to Billy when he has 2 minutes left.
Okay.
And it's sort of a mix between print and broadcast reporting, so it's not always,
Yeah.
like a broadcast. Okay, go ahead.
Well, first, I'd thank you for coming in and talking with us. To start off, can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Well, my name is Charles LeBlanc, and I'm from Memram Cook. I worked at the shipyard for 15 years, and used to write lots of letters to the newspaper, and just like I have ADHD, and ADHD you speak before thinking, and I hope I don't speak too much here before thinking, especially if about 50 people looking at me now. Anyway, so you come out, you speak, and you come out with some bad things, and then next thing you know, I told my father I'd like to be a journalist, and he said, "You're too stupid to be a journalist." So I believe, so at the end, you hear it so often by your own family that you believe that you're stupid, and anybody got a stand, that would be nice. But I started to write these letters to the editor, and people look, a small town, Memram Cook, oh, look at that guy, and look what he's writing, he's not stupid, So then I wrote about 500 letters printed in the, I call it the Irving media around the province. And everybody was scared of the letter writer, even the Irvings. I know the Irvings personally. And then it went on, moved here to Fredericton. Then I became a blogger. And this used to be brown. The rest is history.
And recently, in the past couple of years, we've seen vlogging really become more popular. Would you consider yourself a vlogger as well, or just a blogger?
Yes, that's what some people wanted me to say vlogger and not blogger. But I didn't really change into vlogger because they'll say, well, the vlogger is here. Who's that? The blogger is here. So unfortunately, the blogger's gonna stay with me forever.
Mm-hmm. And you said in your bio, it mentioned a little bit about your purpose. What is your purpose to?
My purpose and what I'm seeing, look, we're doing there, I'm in trouble here. My purpose is to make sure that I educate the public on the misjustice going on in the province, in the city. And I just want to add right quick, if anybody wants to do an assignment, tomorrow morning, 9:30, go in the courtroom and you'll see injustice. There's a guy Von Burnett, giving advice to the poor, and the Law Society decided to put him, they want to charge him. So tomorrow he'll be sentenced to 3 to 6 months in jail, just because he's giving some advice to some people. And that's something like that the media only cover once, and that's it. You know, like bloggers, you can continue the cause and continue. That's the difference, and that's why, you know, we push.
That was for the poor, you said?
Yeah.
Are you involved with that community?
I'm involved with the community. I'm on social assistance. I'm not proud of it, but that's the way it is. It turned out that way. But then I suddenly find out that the capital, you know what a bureaucrat calls a politician?
No.
Temporary help. Because the bureaucrat is always there. The politician is a short time. And all the generals are here. And people were very surprised to see the issue of poverty and mental illness in the capital. Usually the capital, you think, you know, oh my God, all bureaucrats, all snobs, which there is. But it's just, it's to educate the public. And me, when I saw poverty and the way I was treated, I said, what's going on here? And I say, if I'm treated like that, what's the other person that don't have a voice? How are they treated? And that's what I'm doing.
Switching tracks a little bit, I'm really interested in your aggressive style of blogging. And I've seen you've been arrested a couple times. What are some interactions you've had with the police force?
We only got 10 minutes.
Do you ever forget a face or forget anyone that you've had?
No.
No?
Anyone that crosses me, I don't forget. I'm Scottish. Me mother is from Glasgow, Scotland. And there's nothing, I wouldn't wish this gene on my worst enemy. I'm half Scottish and half Acadian. And people, police, see, I gotta make it short with a long answer there. There's so many issues. The police, it's an issue. You have police talking to you nice, and then they turn against you. They support the establishment. The establishment support these bad cops. And I can't look at the cop. Like one point was, I call him River Rat, Matt Myers, was a sergeant, Fredericton Police, now he works for the government, public safety. We used to say, hey buddy, how you doing anyway? I'm doing very nice. Then he crossed me. And I go after them. I'm not scared of them, because it's a Scottish thing. And no, it's, and plus, you know, they have the resources. They have the weapon. But you know what? The majority of the Fredericton police force, they're nice people. And I get, like last week, when you saw the guy that was on the ice in the middle of the river, I let my dog free. One guy said, listen, that dog's supposed to be on the leash. 6 cops. I said, hey, only the stupid cops come after me. The smart one leaves me alone. And nobody said a word.
So you have a bit of a reputation, you'd say.
let's just say that any cop that goes to be hired as a police officer in training, my name is
They're
mentioned.
informed.
Oh, they're informed.
Yeah.
They know me very well. I don't know if that's a good thing or bad.
What about maybe younger cops, not quite police force, but maybe security guards at events or something?
Sometime I have what you call people with attitude. Big feel good. There was a guy that was at the PC leadership convention where Blaine Higgs won the leadership. Now he's premier. And there was a guy that decided to play hero that I didn't have a pass. We were there for 5 hours, 6 hours, and then the security came. Where's your pass? The announcement was going to happen in 10 minutes. And if you go on YouTube, write Blaine Higgs, I think you'll see the confrontation. And I said, if I've been here for 5 hours, listening to all this BS. If you think that I'm going to leave, that's going to be in 10 minutes, oh no, then they back off. But it depends, it depends on, it all has to do with public relations skill. If you treat somebody like SHIT, you will be treated like SHIT. So, it's all a line of communication. Just like being a journalist, you gotta learn to communicate.
I read that one of your arrests actually made it into the New York Times.
Yeah.
Which one was that?
That was the one that I was arrested in Atlantica. Forgot the date, 2005, 2006. Just go to Google, write Charles LeBlanc, New York Times, you'll see it. And the sad part about this, it was a conference at Atlantica, St. John. And I just started blogging. And I was arrested. Irving Media, front page news. Blogger arrested at Atlantica. And I can't go too long in all the details. Morgan will tell you the whole story. She had to listen to me for 3 hours. It was a long, I even forgot. I said, what time is it? We went really deep. Oof. It was emotional at that time. But flashbacks. The scary part about all this, I was arrested at Atlantica, front page story. The trial started. The Irving Media realized that the cops were lying. The St. John Police Force were lying on the stand. They left. The verdict came out, nothing in the Irving Media. If I would have been found guilty, idiot blogger found guilty. That's exactly, not maybe the same headline, but pretty damn close. So I seen John, what's his name? Mesereau. And I seen him and he told me that was going to be, he says, oh, by the way, my story is not important enough to be the Irving Media. He said, it'll be in the paper tomorrow morning. Really? I'm going to make the evil Irving newspaper? Wow. I said, is it because my story was in the New York Times yesterday that it has to be in the Irving paper the next day? People were phoning in. What's a story like this doing in the New York Times? And not in the media. So right off the bat, that scared me, but they did a story, but it's scary. Mm-hmm. It's very scary.
So you've been in some scary situations, I would imagine.
Oh, yes. Like I told you earlier, I used to be brown.
That's the first 10 minutes.
Okay.
But, yeah.
So how did you think Billy did?
Billy did very good. Of course, when he asked me about the police, there's so many. It could
I
have.
don't know the answer my ways. And,
I think you're in for a treat.
yeah, I'm not sure.
Oh, yeah?
So that question was too broad, or?
Too broad, yes. And there's so many different instances. Maybe Billy should have turned around and look at every case. There's so many. And for
Billy,
me,
you said a couple of times, but in fact it's at 10 times at least you've been arrested, right?
I never counted.
That was in your bio.
Yeah, you told me 10 one time.
Did I tell you 10?
Yeah. I have it written down, but then I think again you said, I think it's 10 times.
I never took the time and.
Do you think that's right?
Well, yeah, it would be because I was arrested the legislator once, twice, St. John 3 times, the assault 4 times,
Sorry. Legislator twice,
legislator twice,
and then St. John?
St. John, and then once,
Okay.
and then the assault charge. boy, we're going to get to the word credibility. Okay.
Assault charges.
Assault charge, that was once. And then what was the other one there? The raid over my place. That's another one.
A raid in your house?
Why they falsely accused me to be a pedophile.
Oh.
Yeah. I got the paper in my back pocket. That
Okay.
is the RCMP and the sexual child exploitation. He said he lives alone, he takes pictures, he has no kids, he has to be to child porn.
Oh,
So they went
wow.
fishing,
Okay.
and they put me in jail for 4 hours. And I'm trying to think there, what's,
So I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got
5.
so far.
And then when I say arrested and confrontation, there's so many, like, I can't really,
Just the major ones.
but there's
Okay.
all
Okay,
kinds.
We'll move on,
Yeah.
because I don't want to take other people's time.
Yeah.
Billy, how do you think you did?
I don't know. Could have been better, I think.
In what way? Where?
Yeah, I think my questions weren't very specific, so.
So what was your angle going in? Like if you were going to write this, what angle were you looking
I wanted to do something with getting arrested and,
for? Okay.
yeah.
So if you were going to do that, you needed to have, did you know the New York Times story, or you just?
I didn't know.
No,
actually.
see, you can't ask it unless you've already gone and
Right.
checked it out.
Okay.
Because from what you said, I have no idea what happened. Like, it was not clear to me. Was it clear to you what happened? What was in the New York Times?
Yeah.
So what was in the New York Times?
No,
What
it wasn't.
Don't try to pull it over on me. So the point I'm making is, if that's your angle, you have to research the angle.
Mhm.
And the second point I want to make is if you don't understand, and I do not understand what Charles LeBlanc is saying, because he knows too well. So he's in shorthand because he knows you only have 10 minutes. So he's saying it really, I have no idea. So, but if you're the interviewer and you don't know what he's saying, you have to say, I don't know I don't understand.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's useless.
Yep.
You're going to go away later and go, I can't write this because I don't even understand what he's saying.
I'm learning more than you.
Anyway, but I think it was good. A few times I heard you follow up. What was the follow? You even used the same word that Charles used. But I can't remember. Now I want to ask the class, what do you think? Since you're going up soon, what do you think?
How much preparation did you do beforehand?
Whoa.
What's with the attack?
All right.
I don't
Now
know.
it's okay. We can ask anything.
I don't really count.
He doesn't count. That means
I did a
5
little bit of
minutes.
research.
That's fair. I think you did pretty. I think you did all right for like if let's say for argument's sake that you didn't do your research, then I think you did pretty good. I know a few of the big points in Charles's career is being arrested at the Conference Atlantica and the child porn accusation, and then just recently when he was nearly
Oh yeah, that's another one.
when he thought he was being kidnapped by the
Yeah.
Edmonton or
Yeah,
whatever she.
Kidmiston Police, that's
Yeah.
6.
And then
Noah, you're going up in a minute. Do you want to just save these
Yeah.
questions?
No, I was say these questions.
You don't
Okay,
Yeah.
let me ask somebody from the front row. Yeah.
Just for the record,
Yeah.
in St. John, the New York Times, I just started blogging. It was important. What the court wanted to do is rule that
A
only
blogger
main.
has the same right as a journalist.
Exactly. So that's
So
what the headline in New York Times,
Yeah.
court appointed,
That's why they
Journalists.
reported it,
Yeah.
because it was significant.
yes.
And it's been I know when blogging first started, a lot of journalists thought it wasn't.
Yeah.
And it couldn't be journalism because, how can this be journalism?
No editing.
And it is. You have the same protection any journalist has. Anybody who, there's no more line because everybody can publish now. So you could get sued just like the Globe and Mail could get sued for libel. If you
Yeah.
publish,
Yeah.
so the same rule. And I think that's what the New York Times said, but I can't remember. I should have researched it too, just so you know. Yes.
I was fine with all the questions except the first one. I think the first one, tell me a little bit about yourself, was kind of, like you researched. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
too
too
wide.
wide. You don't need that.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
Tunny told me to do.
Oh, that's what Tenny loves, not Tenny's.
Okay.
I wouldn't do that in a case, I agree with you. Don't.
Okay.
Figure out your angle. If your angle is the conflict with the police, then go right there. But I did think the answer was interesting. I thought it was a really interesting answer about your family thought you were stupid and you couldn't be a journalist and then you go, I mean, that was interesting. So
maybe it wasn't,
it was okay.
it's
So
not a
maybe
question
Tenny's
that
okay.
generally we ask,
Tiny's the other, and I'm a teacher. Okay, I think we should move along. And who was the second name?
Thank you.
You're the
Me, yeah.
second.
No, two parts there.